how to create a new company code in CBC, Central Business Configuration. So it's very simple. So the first things, go to the organizational structures and you can click on create. You're looking for company code. Click on company code. You defined an ID, for example, company code 1710. For example, KPC Germany and the city Berlin. And you choose, for example, Germany, select company code, create a new company code with the ID 1710 KPCDA Deutschland. Click on create. Organizational unit KPCDA created. Default company code for Deutschland. Yeah. And then, for example, I create a new company code. I click on create. Again, organizational unit KPC Germany created. And then I'm able to create relationship. So the next step, for example, I would like to create a plant. For that, I just have to click on create plant. I follow the same range to be sure that everything is okay. For example, I will create the plant 1710. I can create, for example, KPC Berlin, city Berlin, stay in Germany, and I click on create. I click on continue. I would like to create a storage location for my new plant. As you can see, I need to create all the information. So, and so on. I'll show you the next step. For example, I create a storage location. So I say, and the same philosophy, for example, the first one is, for example, 000, or I can choose, for example, like this, central storage, or central warehouse, central, no, it's good, central storage location. I can see the subtype. I choose that is, for example, raw material. That's a good idea. Raw material. Raw material city. It's Berlin, and I click on create. Okay, I create a company. I create a plant. I create a storage location. So I go back to my company. I double click on my company. Okay, I create a plant and I create a storage location. Yes, right now I create a sales organization. So I create a sales organization. I say the same things. That is KPC Germany, city Berlin, and I click on create to create a sales organization. For the moment, I just create the information. So relation, right now I can create relations, plan to sales organization and distribution channel. If I click on create assignment, I look for the moment, I need further detail. So I go back on my plant. I do not create for the moment any purchasing organization. So for that, I click on create and I look for purchasing organization. I click on purchasing organization. I continue. I purchasing organization, the same code, KPC Germany, and I click on my company code and I select KPC Germany. So I click on create. I create company, plant, storage location, purchasing organization. Okay, I click again on my plant. Right now, if I open plan to purchasing organization, I, I create assignment with my plant and my purchasing organization. Okay, right now I need also to create a shipping point, and if I want to create again a sales organization plan to sales organization and distribution channel. I'm looking for. If I found for the moment, I don't see that. So I need to create the relation between sales organization and distribution channel. I click on create. I've got right now the shipping point. I continue. I say the same ID 1710. That is a KPC again. Again, it's a KPC Berlin, and Berlin subtype is a standard, and I choose the country. I click on create. So company is okay. Plant, storage location, sales organization, shipping point. So I continue to display all the required fields. Okay. If I go right now, if I see distribution channel, create division shipping point. Okay, my sales organization. I would like to create right now a sales area. So I click on sales area. What is my sales area? I need the name is KPC Germany. My sales organization ID is 1710. It's good. The next one is, for example, I would like to select direct sales. It's good. And division is, for example, ACP. Okay. I click on create. I would like to show you also, for example, if I need to display the information about I would like to be sure that I translate correctly. For example, I select sales, direct sales. I click on edit in scope languages. Scope languages, I'm sure to display that is translate correctly. So for example, it's good for Z1, but if I want to display for another one, for example, I've got an RCP line, fruit, not applicable. The demo, for example, I would like to display demo as ACP. I click on edit. I see that the translation is good. And I practice and so on to be sure that everything is translated correctly. So I've got right now my sales area. So I go back on my plant and I display that plan to purchase organization. Good. Plan to sales organization and distribution channel. No. So for that, I click on create assignment. And right now I see in the assign sales organization, I see my sales organization. I click on my sales organization. Assign channel. I see I can select alt, sales, direct sales. For example, yes, I want to change the translation because the translation is not good again. So direct sales, I want to change my translation, edit scope item, and I change for that. You see, to be sure. So has is my connect in the French company by default is in French. Okay, but the translation is good. Just one thing. Perhaps direct sales in French. Okay, but if I want to display, here we are. Like this, we confirm. So we continue. I go back in my plant and I see plant good, plant to sales good, plant to shipping point. I don't want to use customer consignment. plan to shipping point for return. Ah, yes, good point. A shipping point for return. So I click on create and I select shipping point 171 and sort of 0 air for return. So KPC Germany or yeah, KPC Berlin air for return. Berlin and Germany. Yeah, that's enough. And I click on create. Okay, I go back in my plant and I display right now plan to shipping point for return. I click on and okay, I display right now KPC Berlin return. I select it and I click on save. And then I click on plan to shipping point. Okay, I click on create and I select my shipping point. Okay. So plan to purchasing organization is good. Plan to sales organization and distribution channel is good. Plan to shipping point for return good. Plan to shipping point it's good. So one you need to create plant and shipping point, for example, for assignment. So if I want to create, for example, create an assignment, so I just have to select again. I click on create. I select shipping point, and then I select 10. And for example, for SW, if I remember the stock type, and the name KPC Berlin consignment Berlin, and I click on customer consignment yeah, and I select Germany and I click on create, and then I do not forget to sign. So click on plant and look for plan to shipping point, plan to shipping point for customer consignment, and I select right now my zip consignment. So you need to create 0 that everything is good, and the last is I confirm. So I click on confirm. I select all my organizational unit and I click on confirm. Okay, currently the organizational structure cannot be edited due to an ongoing life cycle operation. So confirmation progress. So I will show you later when it's completely finished what is the next step. The next step will be to click on this one in overview. In overview, you just have to click on deploy. That's enough. So if I go back there, 50%. So we can wait together. 60%. Good. Just a moment. I take my coffee just this time. Okay, access good coffee. So as you can see, is so simple to set up an organizational structures in SAP Public Cloud Edition. So like this, I've got a French company and a German company. If I want to test or to present some demo about intercompany process flow, and if I play with scope item dedicated for another country, for example, because there is some scope item that is defined for Germany and some other for France. So my activity is complete. So I click on complete activity. Yeah. I click on close. All confirmed organization unit are consistent. So the last point is to deploy right now. I confirm the deployment, and that's all. In a few minutes, my new organization will be available for end user, and I will be able to configure all my business processes in configuration. Thank you again for your contribution to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.